Good about those. Thanks again for tuning into yet another video. We are finally getting on the CVO ST. Man, this is a good looking bike, guys. Forged carbon fiber. Man, there's just so much on this bike. I'll see if I can fit it all in this video. Let's go ahead and turn her on. Oh, it's in gear. Is it? What is going on? Is it because the kickstand's down? And oh man, I can never reach this damn kickstand. Alright, alright, that's weird. It's got some shake to it too. It's just, I'm surprised how these 117s shake compared to, you know, the other Milwaukee 8s. I'm not sure what they did. CVO ST, finally, I had to wait to get on it. You know, I had to wait to get on it. So you have the new crash bars on it. It's got quite a bit of shake. I'm surprised how much shake it's got. Man, so this is actually my first time getting on a road glide as well. Where's this guy going? What is that? Alright, so it's got a little bit of shake. I don't know what's going on with this lady. Whoa! Holy sh... It's in sport mode? No, it's in rain mode. No, oh, it's on track mode. Wow, that took me by surprise. The fellow that was test riding the bike told me that I believe I thought he had it on sport mode. Man, I should have gone down the highway on this one. Should have taken it out, but wow. Man, what a beautiful bike. This black, it's got a pearl finish to it, so it's got a, you know, quite a bit of flake, a little bit of glitter in it, smooth finish. What? Yeah, these are, of course, you could the air deflectors, you could move them. You have the compartments on each side of the fairing. I'm surprised how small the fairing looks from, you know, the rider's seat. I'm surprised how the fairing fits on the bike, considering, like I said, I've been test riding the other shark nose fairing bikes. Wow, this thing just wants to take off. Man, that sounds mean. It sounds absolutely mean. Man, where do I start with this bike? Man, this is really quite, you know, unique. First time riding it. This is my first experience with the new shark nose fairing, and man, I'm like right in the pocket. I could almost feel the wind like just grazing the side of my helmet. It's really impressive, even though I'm not even on the highway freeway. But man, the fairing seems to be doing its job. I'm 5'7", so it really depends on, you know, on the size and of course on your helmet as well. I mean, it really comes down to your size, I believe. I'm 5'7", okay guys? I can flat foot the bike, in case you guys are wondering. At 5'7", you can flat foot the bike. The carbon fiber, you know, it's just there's a lot of attention to detail with the CVOs. Man, I am in the roughest freaking part of the road. Let's go ahead and just take off. And this is just one thing that I mentioned in my videos, where the performance, I mean, you could feel because it's on track mode, so the throttle sensitivity is out, but you know, it takes a little bit of buildup with this high output. That's what this is. It's 121 high output. So the bike, from what I understand, loves it around 4,000 RPM, and that's what's just something that I mentioned in my video when I'm comparing, of course, the standard with the CVO ST high output. It's got in my opinion, I believe it's got a horsepower cam, because it wants to be at 4,000 RPM. There's a lot of buildup, and I think it really starts to take off at 4,000 RPM. That's just my opinion. I mean, it really depends on the rider. I have a 475 in my 114, and my bike, once it hits a little bit over 3,200 RPM, that's where it starts to come alive on my 114 stage 2. So it's very smooth, you know, even though it's on traction control, I mean a track mode, it's very smooth, you know, on the throttle. It's not super crazy like it is on the Indian. That's just something that I always mention in my videos. When you're talking about the ride modes between Harley and the Indians, they're very twitchy on the Indians. On the Harley Davidsons, they're a little bit more manageable. But you can see how there's a little bit of buildup, but man, that throttle response is nuts on track mode. I really have to be a little bit more cautious. I don't want to get a ticket today or get this thing impounded. Imagine that. This thing gets impounded for for 30 days for exhibition of speed. And that's, I've had incidents like that happen to me before. And they label it exhibition of speed, even though you're not racing anybody, but because of the speeds. And of course, I live in California, they'll give you a ticket as you know. Anyways, guys, Road Glide 2024 CVO ST. The display is absolutely beautiful. The inside of the fairing, it's got a lot of shake to it. That's what I noticed on the Street Glide as well. The shake on the handlebars, it's got a lot more shake than the other bikes. Very aggressive. The engine sounds great with the CVO exhaust, the CVO intake. It's got a Screaming Eagle. You know, it's got a stage 1. That's what I believe. I believe it's got a stage 1 with the massive intake. You guys can see it here, and even at 5.7, there's still good clearance between the intake and my shin. Maybe for someone, you know, about 5'11" or 6 foot, maybe you'll probably, I don't think so. I don't know if you're in the comments and you're someone that's, if you've test ridden the bike and you're 6'1", 6'2", let me know in the comments if your shin bangs up against the intake. But there's plenty of clearance here. Even me trying to move my foot up as much as possible, my shin does not hit the intake at all. So pretty good so far. I'm not sure where I'm at. Am I on the right route? But anyways, man, the suspension feels great. Of course, you have an inverted front end on the CVO ST. You don't get that with the standards. You also have the, what is it called, Showa? Yeah, the Showa. It's a Showa front end, and you have a Showa piggyback. No, not piggyback. The reserves on the back. So it's got that. Whoa. It's got that performance bagger look to it, and that's what Harley was going for with this styling. Of course, blacked out components, black trim, black paint, and then there's also the white onyx pearl. I believe that's what they're calling it. But of course, you have the minor touches of the forged carbon fiber. You have it on the dash cover, you have it on the front fender, and you have it on the tips of the exhaust. So let's go ahead. I really like how bright the display is too as well. I mean, you really see it. And then on the other mode, you actually had the map faded in the background. It looked very impressive. It looks very neat having this massive display. I don't think I've seen anybody with such a big display on their bikes. Is the Road Glide the biggest? I think the Indian has a 7-inch. But oh man, I wish I could take this for another spin. But you have, of course, the CVO styling. You have the shark nose fairing. You have the new fuel tank. You can see the rigidness of the fuel tank, the new design. I really like what Harley did with the new touring models. You also have the flat bar on the crash bar. You have the small floorboards like you get on the standards, and like I said, you get the new saddlebags. But man, this is a very good looking bike, guys. I'm very happy riding this thing. And you have like a mid riser on this thing too as well. The hand controls, like I said, I'm a fan of the hand controls. And you know, the overall feel of the triangle on this thing is very great. It's not aggressive, you know, it's not aggressive at all. Even though it's a ST and it's got track mode, it's got, you know, all the performance. It's got a 121, it's got 120 horsepower, all of this stuff. But you're not, you know, you're not in an aggressive position. I'm upright position with my arms relaxed, very comfortable. I'm very happy with the overall feel of the bike, and the seat feels really good. You know, it's a solo seat, of course. You know, that's something that people were complaining about. But man, the seat feels very good. It's nice and wide. It grips onto my butt. man. Wow, this bike, and this is stock. Imagine once you throw a cam in this thing. Once you put a cam in this thing's gonna be absolutely ridiculous. 121 with the stage 2. Let's see where we're gonna put this bike at. Is there anything up front? I don't see anything up front. I'll just park it here. I don't know, maybe I'll come back tomorrow. I'll take it for another ride. Man, this was so much fun. I like what Harley did with the new CVO, the ST. Man, this looks nice. It's got the reservoirs back here, Showa, carbon fiber on the seat, CVO ST, dash cover. It's got LEDs all the way around. Yeah, the 121, you have the Fast Johnny Pig on there as well. You got liquid cooled heads on the CVO ST, high output 121. You also have the gaffer style brakes on here too. You have the Brembos, and I mean that's just the only con to this, of course, is you have the the basic rear brake on there too. It's just, you know, it's basic back there. You can see it. It's got the regular disc brake, but it's got the wave rotors in the front. Something else that I always mention in these videos is you could actually see the trans cover on this. It's got the new trans cover for these 117s. It's vented back here. You can see this right here. That's the trans cover. It's vented, so this no longer breathes into your intake and into your air filter and into your jugs. The blow by, the crank pressure, it vents the crank pressure through the trans cover, kind of like on a Trask Checkmate trans cover vented. So no, I'm not on it.
Just ride it?
Yeah, I just finished riding it. It's on track mode, so it just you know, be careful.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's on track mode, so it's very responsive on the throttle.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like it?
Oh yeah, it's nice. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
All right, cool.
All right, well, have fun.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So I guess that's it. Maybe I'll wait for a second test ride on that CVO ST. Hey, stay tuned for more videos. Life's for us. Get out there and ride. Later.